continue and get set for game number 2 between Pierre and Sioux Falls East. John Winkler here as we are into the Tuesday evening, as a brief sprinkle came across here at Hyatt Stadium, but nothing more than that, as we're getting set for our second game. Waiting in the lineup for Post State as well, but we do have the lineup for Sioux Falls East. Let's run that down for you real quick. Dylan Rippentrop will lead things off. He is the left fielder here in game number 2. Ryan Hirsch, the center fielder, will bat second. Colin Lunder is the catcher, will bat third. Sawyer Mint, the first baseman, will bat in the cleanup spot. Bryson Mitchell, the DH, batting fifth. Sawyer Toke, the shortstop, batting sixth. Dietrich Hahn, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Lincoln Vascar, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Kason Christensen, the right fielder, will bat ninth. Tate Schaefer will be on the mound for Sioux Falls East as we go and look at his stats here real quick. As for Schaefer, he has thrown 14 innings. This will be his third start and fifth appearance overall. 2-1 so far is his record. 12 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 12 walks, 16 strikeouts. ERA at 3 and a whip at 1.71. Batting average against at 235 for Schaefer, as the Eights just had 3 hits in game number 1. We'll be looking for a better performance at the plate for all these guys, but in general looking for a couple more runs to come into score, as the Eights will be looking for a split with Sioux Falls East here in game 2 of our doubleheader. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back and we'll see if we got that lineup for you for Post States in just a moment. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Brought to you by Limbach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limbach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limbach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the Truck Bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the Truck Bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back, we are getting sent for first pitch between Pierre and Sioux Falls East in Game 2 of our doubleheader. As it will be Cooper Twilliger on the mound, and he will go against the Sioux Falls East lineup. And again, it looks like this. Dylan Rippentrop will lead things off. He's a left fielder. Ryan Hirsch, the center fielder, will bat second. Colin Lunder is the catcher, batting third. Sawyer Mint, the first baseman, will bat in the cleanup spot. Bryson Mitchell, the DH, will bat fifth. Sawyer Toke, the shortstop, batting sixth. Dietrich Hahn, the third baseman, batting seventh. Lincoln Vasgard will bat eighth and play second base. And Kason Christensen, the right fielder, batting ninth. As Dylan Rippentrop will step to the plates and face Cooper Twilliger as we're set and ready to go for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Pierre and Sioux Falls East. The tall right-hander will deliver the first pitch, a curveball that will miss low for ball one as we're underway at 5:18 here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. And we're looking here for temperature at 81 degrees here at Hyde Stadium. That one will miss for ball two, and the count's 2-0. Winds out of the west at 14 miles an hour. A little bit of some sprinkles came through. Maybe a couple more sprinkles might hit the way, but otherwise we are looking at a clean baseball game. Maybe something coming from the northwest if it does. But mostly clearing out and staying away from the Pierre area. So looking pretty good to get this game through without much of any kind of precip as it counts 3-1 here to Dylan Rippentrop, the left fielder, as we can go through Cooper Twilliger's stats in just a moment. As he and Miles Doyle are making their 6 starts of the season. Here is the 3-1 pitch. This will be fouled out of play, and the count is now 3-2. 25 innings pitched so far in 5 starts for Cooper Twilliger. 2-3 is his record. 21 hits, 16 runs, 11 of those earned. 15 walks, 16 strikeouts, 3.08 ERA, and a 1.44 whip. Batting average against at .239, and it will be a leadoff walk to Rippentrop, and that's how we get started here in the top of the first in Game 2 of our doubleheader. And it brings up Ryan Hirsch, the center fielder, who in game number 1 went 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch. Actually, Ryan Hirsch was 2 for 3, getting 2 singles along with a strikeout looking. Had a catcher's interference as well. This will be off the end of the bat. This will be a slow roller. Shuffle by will quickly field. The throw to first just barely gets Hirsch. It was cued off the end of the bat. It looked at first like Twilliger had a chance to maybe make the catch, but it was then sliced too far away from him. Shufflebine had to pick it up from a spin off the ground and then was able to throw the first to get the runner, just barely was able to get the runner at first. And there's now 1 down, and it was a runner on at second for the number 3 hitter, Colin Lunder. So he'll ground that one foul over the top of the third base coach and the head coach of Sioux Falls East and Coach Hughes, Dan Hughes, as the first pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Brandon Valley will split the doubleheader with Boxelder winning the second game 13-3 after losing the first game 3-1. That pitch will come inside, and the count's now 1-1. Defensively for Poe State, Sun and Shine is out in left, George Stalley in center, and Charlie Simpson in right. Grayson Hunsley back at third, Dawson Getz at short, Carter Schoffelbein at second, J.J. Buckles at first, Nolan Peterson behind the plates. The runner almost took off for third. Twilliger stepped off. He had turned over and turned back right at the last second. And that runner at second, Rippentrop, almost got way too far away from the bag. As that pitch is over for a strike, the count's now 1-2. So same defensive lineup for Poe State. Bridger Babcock will be the DH for Poe State. He'll hit in the number 9 spot. There's just a little bit of shuffling by just one guy, Staley and Simpson, switch in the batting order. Here's a ground ball on the left side. Getz will throw to third. The tag will get the runner out at third base. And a tag applied by Grayson Hunsley to get the second out. And a good play there from Dawson Getz, who saw that play in front of him and was able to throw to third to get the runner, who took off for third. And that general rule of thumb, if the ball's hit to your left, you're taking off for third. If the ball's hit to your right, you're staying put. And the runner at second and Rippentrop decided not to stay put, and the throw to first got him out at third, or throw to third got him out. And ends up being a fielder's choice for Lunders. And now it's a runner on at first with two away for Sawyer Mitts. And he'll ground this one up the middle, but Shufflebine stays down on that. And after the leadoff walk, there's nothing doing for Sioux Falls East. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We have played a half an inning. No score between Sioux Falls East and Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is the bottom of the first. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And at the top of the order, and the batting order that does look like this for Post State, Nolan Peterson leading things off. He's the catcher. Sunshine playing left and batting second. Carter Shufflebine will bat third and play second base. It will be Grayson Hunsley, the third baseman, batting fourth. George Staley will bat fifth and leads the center fielder. Charlie Simpson, the right fielder, batting sixth. J.J. Buckles, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Dawson Getz, the shortstop, batting eighth, and Bridger Babcock, the DH, batting ninth for Post State. And they will go against Tate Schaefer, who is making what will be his third start of the season and fifth appearance overall. He is an ERA at 3, a whip at 1.71, batting average against at 235 for Schaefer, as he will try and replicate what his teammates and Caden Watson was able to do and go 7 innings, allowing just 1 run on 3 hits. He had a walk and 2 strikeouts. Post State had just 3 hits in total. Peterson had 1 of those, as well did Grayson Hunsley and J.J. Buckles. So Peterson will come to the plate. He was 1 for 4 in the ball game, the only man to come to the plate 4 times for the Eights in game number 1. As he picked up a hit in that 6th inning to lead off the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch from Schaefer. That'll miss low for ball 1. The Eights were coming in with a team batting average at 268. Hitting with runners in scoring position, 273. They did not pick up a base hit with runners in scoring position in that ball game, but didn't have very many at-bats with runners in scoring position, as it counts 2-0. Their lone RBI was a sac fly RBI from George Staley in the bottom of the 5th that made it a 3-1 game at the time. 2-0 to Peterson. There's a line shot in the right center field. That's down for a base hit, and the Eights are already off to a better start here in game number 2. Leadoff single. And after Peterson led off the 6th with the base hit, this is only the 2nd time today that the leadoff man has been on base. And so here is Sutton Sunshine, as he was 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 4th inning, 2 strikeouts in that first game. And we'll see if anything is going early on for Sunshine, as the first pitch will be high for ball 1, maybe a little bit outside as well. This is a Sioux Falls East team that win percentage now at 12 with 12-3, well over the 750 win percentage. They're 783 and 786 coming in. Runner takes off for second. The throw 2-second is going to be wide of the bag. And a stolen base for Nolan Peterson. The count's 2-0, and the Eights have their runner in score position here with nobody out in the bottom of the first. But a chance for a 50 seed point win would be great for Post State to extend. And now, you know, they're closing in on Harrisburg Maroon. A win probably gets them into that 11th spot, but then they have to pass Brookings and Brandon Valley to move up another spot. Brookings comes out of the standings. As the 2-0 pitch now to Sun and Shine comes in. That'll be outside, and the count's now 3-0. Runner on at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 pitch. That is at the top of the zone at the letters for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. See if the rising sophomores can get the job done here. Sunshine followed by Schuffelbein. And then the graduated senior of Hunsley trying to drive in the game's first run. 3-1 pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is now full at 3-2. See if the Aids can hit the first lead of this ball game. First lead today as well. Let Twilliger pitch with a lead in that second inning. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss low for ball 4. They will back pick to second. The tag just not quite implied in time. As runners at first and second here with nobody out. Some early trouble here for Sioux Falls East. As Carter Schuffelbein, the second baseman, will dig in. Schuffelbein in game 1, 0 for 3. Ground out, soft liner, and a fly out. First pitch will be taken for a strike. The count's 0-1 here to Schuffelbein. .355 batting average coming in. Looking for his 10th RBI of the season. That pitch will be off the glove, and everybody moves up 90 feet. So a mistake there by the catcher in Lunders. It's a pass ball. And it's now second and third here with nobody out. And a 1-1 count here to Schuffelbein. That pitch will be outside, and the count's now 2-1. So runners at second and third, nobody out. A 2-1 count here to Schuffelbein. 3, 4, and 5 here for the Aids to try and get the game's first runs. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. Between Schuffelbein, Hunsley, and Staley, somebody's got to find a way to get runs in. Great for the Aids. They really need to score 2 runs with 2 runners on in score position and nobody out. 2-2 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count is now full at 3-2. Grayson Hunsley waits on deck. Schaefer in early trouble. Could be bases loaded here with nobody out. 3-2 pitch from Schaefer. That is outside for ball 4 after a leadoff singles, back-to-back walks, and it's bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, and it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley went 1 for 3. He was one of those 3 guys with the base hits. And Hunsley's got a chance to put a stamp in this ball game here early on in the first inning. Here's the first pitch from the windup from Schaefer. That one is missing outside for ball 1. And Schaefer, through a total of 14 innings, has 12 walks, so he's averaging a little less than a walk per inning. However, he's got 2 walks in this inning, and he's struggling to find the strike zone. Here's a ground ball. One run will come in to score. The only play will be to first. It'll be an RBI ground out for Hunsley. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Aces. They got an early 1-0 lead. First lead of the ball game, first lead of the day, for Post State. And a 6-3 ground down RBI. And here's George Staley. Still got a chance to use a productive out here for Post State. Scoring a run. They would like to get a run on a base hit, though, as they have had a sac fly RBI and a ground out for an RBI. First pitch will miss low for ball one. And for Sioux Falls East, the saving grace for either one of these teams, if guys are struggling to get through, you can leave the leash pretty short, because you're going to be not playing for a couple days, and you can get everybody back on and ready to go as it counts 2-0. The same will be said for Cooper Twilger. If they need to make any movements in the bullpen, and it looks like they're going to make a move in the bullpen right now, potentially, getting somebody loose out there. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss low, and the count's now 3-0. And a couple of guys start to move a little bit, and I think they are going to send somebody down the bullpen. Might be Perry or maybe Olson that will make their way down. 3-0 pitch to Stalley. That's over for a strike, and a good take there from Stalley. Not probably taking all the way to begin with, but it wasn't really in the wheelhouse. As the count goes now 3-1. 3-1 pitch. That is outside for ball four, and the bases are loaded again. And it brings up Charlie Simpson. And an early mound visit here.
The right fielder, number 12, Charlie Simpson.
And had a couple guys start to move in the dugout a little bit. That made it seem like they were going to get somebody loose out in the bullpen, but nobody's made their way actually out there. And the bases are loaded here with 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and it's Charlie Simpson that will come to the plate once the mound visit concludes. Blake Dean will join us here later on. He will be on his way here shortly, and he'll join us. We'll see what inning he might join us, but he'll join us here in this second game as we play here at Hyde Stadium in a beautiful, now Tuesday evening, but it started out as a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. But Charlie Simpson now will dig in with the bases loaded. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 lead for Post State. First pitch to Simpson. That'll miss low for ball one. Schaefer struggling to find the strike zone here in this bottom of the first inning. J.J. Buckles will follow without an inning double play. That'll bounce in as well, and the count's now 2-0. On at third is Sun and Shine. Second at Shufflebine, and Hunsley make that Stalley at first after Hunsley's RBI ground out. Here's a 2-0. That'll be at the knees for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. Hitting with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs, or just in general hitting with the bases loaded for Post State, has not been their forte. They did get a productive out with the bases loaded. As Simpson will line this one, it is caught. It is going to be thrown back to second. It's a double play, and the Eights fail to cash in more than 1 run in that first inning. A line shot by Simpson on the nose of the second baseman in Vasgard. He fired to second to double off Shufflebine, and it retires inside here in the first. 1 run does score on 1 hit in the inning. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. 1-0 lead for Pierre at the end of the first inning. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
It is the top of the second and a 1-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard as the Eights will be trying to play with the lead now. And it will be lead on the number 5 man, Bryson Mitchell, followed by Sawyer Tolk and Dietrich Hahn, the first 3 hitters here in the top of the second as the Eights lead at 1-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. First pitch swinging, and that is fouled out of play, and the ends up going hitting the back screen and falling out of play, and the count's 0-1. So Mitchell, Tolk, and Hahn, the first 3 hitters. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is just staying upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Bryson Mitchell, he comes in hitting .381, 2 doubles and a home run, 19 runs driven in for the DH here in game number 2. 1-1 pitch. That one just missing. And the count is now at 2 balls and a strike. Here is the 2-1. That is outside. The count is now at 3 balls and a strike. So a 3-1 count here to leadoff man Bryson Mitchell. That one will catch the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 3-2. It was a run on a hit and 3 walks from Tate Schaefer in that first inning. As a 3-2 pitch will come in, and it'll fly, line shot to right field. It's going to get through and down all the way out towards the warning track. Cut off by Charlie Simpson. The runner takes off for second. The throw will not come into second. It was just offline and cut off by Schoffelbein. And it's a leadoff double here in the top of the second, and we'll bring up Sawyer Tolk. So in that first inning for Tate Schaefer, we'll give you the pitch count total. Twilliger is up to 18 pitches now, as that was pitch number 19 over for strike 1 to Sawyer Tolk. But it took 26 pitches for Tate Schaefer to get out of that first inning. He threw just 9 strikes of the 26 pitches in that first inning for Sioux Falls East. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. On the flip side for Twilliger on pitch number 20, he's thrown 12 strikes on 20 pitches. The count's 0-2 here to Sawyer Tolk after the leadoff double to Bryson Mitchell. This will be popped up right side. Twilliger will call for it. It's coming off the mound. And the catch will be made by Twilliger, and there's one down here in the top of the second. And it brings up Dietrich Hahn. So here is Hahn to get his first plate appearance. .381 batting average coming in. Double, triple, and 17 runs driven in on 16 hits in total. He is 1 for 1 on walks and strikeouts. 11 walks, 11 strikeouts. The first pitch is over for strike 1. They walk and strike out about the same amount of times, right around 130 walks and strikeouts for the Sioux Falls East team. That one just missing outside. The count's now 1-1 here to Dietrich Hahn. Not as many strikeouts as what Harrisburg has. They're an all-or-nothing team, and they don't really care if they have the most in the state strikeouts, as that one will be at the knees for a strike, and the count's 1-2. And quite frankly, I think they probably would say, yeah, but if we strike out the most, we're in a good spot. We're swinging hard every time. We're not trying to put the ball in play. Twilliger, well, time was called. It was going to be a balk, but time was called. Didn't see that when Twilliger had stopped. Because they're also going to say, yeah, we might lead the state in strikeouts, but we're definitely going to lead the state in home runs and extra base hits. Here's a ground ball, one hopper to Dawson Getz. He will field it short. His throw to first on the money. And there's 2 down. Good play there from Getz, and that runner at second had to stay put. So after a pop out and a ground out of the shortstop, he still stands at second. And is Lincoln Vascar, the second baseman, who is hitting just 148 right now. A double and 4 runs driven in. 4 hits and 27 at-bats for Lincoln Vascar. First pitch will be outside for ball 1. Vasgard is number 8 hit man in the batting order, trying to tie this ball game up with a runner on at second and 2 away. That'll be spiked but stopped by Peterson. The count's now 2-0. Two-0 pitch here from Terwilliger. That one just missing outside. And the count's now 3-0 here to the number 8 man. Jason Christensen, the right fielder, is the number 9 man. He is on deck. 3-0 pitch. Vasgard taking all the way. Takes it high for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Makes it first and second. Second walk issued by Terwilliger. And it brings up now Jason Christensen. So for Christensen, .320 batting average, but just 8 for 25 so far. 2 doubles. He does have 11 runs driven in and just 8 hits. First pitch to him, it will miss for ball 1. That's 5 straight misses here from Terwilliger. Runners at first and second here with 2 away in the top of the second. The 1-0. This will be a ground ball, third base line, and Hunsley will pick it up fair. It hit the infield grass right at the lip. It was bouncing foul, and Hunsley put down the bare hand and ended up picking it up. One of those plays where as soon as it happened, he had even touched his chest saying that was my bad. And it ends up being an infield single on a play that Hunsley would like to have back because it would have just rolled foul. It would have bounced foul. But now the bases are loaded on the infield single from Christensen. And it's now Dylan Rippentrop who walked to open up the ball game. And there is no way to put him anywhere else but go right after him. 1-0 pitch here from Terwilliger upcoming to Rippentrop. Ground ball up the middle. Shufflebine with a diving stop. Throw to second. They got him out of second. Huge play from Shufflebine at second to save at least 2 runs. And the A's get out of it without any damage. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. It is the bottom of the second and a 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East. American Family Insurance, Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 7-8-9, J.J. Buckles, Dawson Gets, and then Bridger Babcock if anybody reaches base, back to the top of the order. For that will be Nolan Peterson. So Buckles will lead things off. He did have a hit. Went to 1 for 1. He got a hit, and then he got hit twice. So he was on base all 3 times he came to the plate. Although he probably would have preferred to get a base hit instead of getting hits. And the 2 other times he came to the plate as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1 to get it started here in the bottom of the second. Carter Shufflebine making that play at second. A huge play that keeps the game tied and potentially yes, it does preserve the lead, but it also preserves the fact that Post State probably is down if that gets through and gets past him on the diving attempt. At least 2 runs are going to score. Those 2 runs are going to score in that play. As a 2-0 pitch at the top of the zone and for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. So huge defensive play As the count's now 2-1. There's a swing and a miss by Buckles, and the count goes now 2-2. Buckles didn't get the best swing on that 2-1 pitch, but a 2-2 count here from Schaefer to Buckles. That one is taken for strike 3, and a much better start for the inning for Tate Schaefer, but the Eights, and on the other side of things, the Eights failed to get the leadoff man on base. Here is Dawson Getz, who is 0 for 3 so far today, 0 for 3 in game number 1. As the first pitch comes in and misses inside for ball 1. 2 hits for Sioux Falls East, both in that second inning. The Eights had the leadoff man reach base with the single from Peterson. It counts now 1-1 to Getz. They end up scoring on the RBI ground out, had 3 different walks that load the bases again before the eventual inning-ending double play. As the 1-1 is upstairs and the count's now 2-1. You know, the Grayson Hunsley play as well, we kind of mentioned it, but quickly had the play happen with Scheffelbein up the middle. A spot where you're feeling like you're going to do everything you possibly can to make sure that that play is made, to give your team a chance to make a play. And it just kicked off the lip, up the line, and right at the line is when Hunsley grabbed the ball. And as soon as he did, he realized the mistake that he did. It ends up being an infield single as Dawson Getz draws the walk, and it's a 1-out walk for the walk issued by Schaefer. And we'll bring up the number 9 man in Bridger Babcock. Bridger Babcock, .219 batting average, 7 hits so far in 32 at-bats, 2 runs driven in. The lefty will dig in, first lefty in the order for Post State. That first pitch is over for strike 1. But all in all, in that last inning, everything works out well because they're able to get that third out and keep it a 1-0 score. There's a swing and a miss. The runner takes off for second, and stealing seconds is going to be Dawson Getz. The tag applied by Sawyer Tolk was just a little bit late. And Coach Hughes not happy that he ended up being called safe. He'll jog out there and have a conversation with the base umpire, Matt Clark. And he'll plead his case why he should have been out at second. But Coach Hughes, was a close play at second. If the tag would have been applied lower on the body, probably Getz is out at second. And Clark also trying to move around that the shortstop who was making the tag so he can make sure he could see it all. That one is taken on the outside corner for strike 3, and there's now 2 down. Second strikeout of the inning. No ball has been put into play in the first 3 batters, as it was striking out looking was J.J. Buckles. Dawson Getz drew the walk, and a strikeout looking of Bridger Babcock. So now here's Nolan Peterson, who did have the single and scored in that first inning. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Peterson. 2 hits for Peterson today. He is now overall today 2 for 5. And a base hit again if he can get his 3rd hit today. Should drive in the run. This will be bounced, and now a base hit will drive in the run as Dawson Getz will head up to 3rd on the wild pitch. And so anything through the infield or just any in general base hit for Nolan Peterson will make this a 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Peterson will reach for it. Slow ground ball. Second baseman will field. He's going to be fast. They just got him at first. Vascar was able to flip it over to first base. Mint was able to stretch out and was able to retire the side in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 2 completes. It is a 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East at the end of 2. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
It is the top of the third, and it is a 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And for Sioux Falls East, it'll be Ryan Hirsch, Colin Lunders, and Sawyer Mintz, 2, 3, and 4 for post 15. Bryson Mitchell will hit if anybody reaches base. And then Sawyer Tolk would follow. We will be back on the air on Sunday, as it will be Pierre taking on Box Elder with a 1:45 coverage time, and a 2 o'clock first pitch here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Ryan Hirsch lead things off, first pitch swinging, pops it up foul, and the count is 0-1. Hirsch is 0 for 1. Ground out to the second baseman, Schuffelbein, in his first at bats. 0-1 pitch will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. Here to Hirsch. The leadoff man here in the top of the third. 1-1 pitch. That one missing outside. The count is now at 2-1. The Eights will be at home then the following Wednesday. And then the following Saturday on the 13th, as that'll be outside. The count's now 3-1. And then that is the final home game of the regular season for Post State. And outside of making it into the top 7, which will take, at this point, probably a lot of wins and almost every win in a row, and a leadoff walk will be issued to Ryan Hirsch. And outside of that we won't have another Senior Legion game here. Junior Legion is hosting the state tournament at the end of July, beginning of August. I believe I want to say that the whole state tournament would be in August if it starts on that Thursday. But either way, it would be the very, very end of July and the beginning of August. As Colin Lunders, number 3 hitter, will step to the plate after a leadoff walk. Line shot to center field. Sliding to make a grab is George Stalley. That one somehow hung up in the air. Lunders stung that out to center field. And Stalley had a good read on it, but it stayed up enough for him to make the catch. And there's one down here in the top of the third. And it brings up Sawyer Mintz. We'll be down to 7 dates of regular season games after today, as the first pitch is over for strike 1, which includes 4 days of games next week. And then the last 3 on the road on that Tuesday, Thursday, and then the Sunday with Sioux Falls West, Brandon Valley, and then a triangular with Renner, Sultans, and Yankton. As this will be popped up right side, Carter Schuffelbein will call for it. So there's now 2 down. And so easily make that catch behind near the first base side of things. And there's 2 away here in the top of the third.
Number 17, Bryson Mitchell.
Bryson Mitchell doubled. Here's the first pitch to him. That one's over for strike 1. Count is 0-1 here to Bryson Mitchell. Doubled to lead off the second inning. Swings and pops this one up into shallow center field. George Stalley comes in and makes the catch and retires the side. Here in the top of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, one man left on base. After 2.5, Pierre leads Sioux Falls East 1-0. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
YAG Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. YAG Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. YAG Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Bottom of the third, it is a 1-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 2, 3, and 4. Sun and Shine, Carter Schuffelbein, and Grayson Hunsley. Anybody reaches base, it'll then go to George Stalley. As the Eights will be looking to try and extend this 1-0 lead out. The RBI ground out from Grayson Hunsley. As Sun and Shine will lead things off. He drew a walk back in the first inning, one of those 3 walks in the inning, 4 walks in total so far by the starting pitcher and Tate Schaefer. Here's the first pitch. That one will be, I believe, a foul ball off of Sun and Shine. Got a piece of it. And the count's 0-1. Home plate umpire Brandon Sarda had put up his hands like it was a foul ball. So 0-1 count here to Sun and Shine. 1 pitch. That will be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 0-2. Schaefer is trying to really settle into this ball game after struggling in that first inning. There's a line shot back to him, and he'll make the catch. And the leadoff man is retired. Here to kick off the bottom of the third inning. Here is now Carter Schuffelbein, who drew a walk. He was thrown out at second, part of a double play. A line shot that was caught by the second baseman off the bat of Charlie Simpson. As the first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Schuffelbein, then Hunsley. One of these two wanted to reach base to bring up George Stalley here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 to Schuffelbein. That'll be high and outside. The count goes now 2-0. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Drew McIntyre is back at the station. John Wickler here. Blake Dean will join us soon for the broadcast. That'll come inside. The count's now 3-0. Coming up on Thursday here on KCCR, we'll have parade coverage from Fort Pierre. 3-0 pitch is over for a strike. The count's now 3-1. We'll have 2 baseball games. Coverage starting at 12:30. I believe the Phillies and Cubs are playing that first game. We'll have 2 for you on the 4th of July. That will be upstairs for ball 4. And there's a 1-out walk issued to Schuffelbein, and it'll bring up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley had the RBI ground out in that first inning. And now we'll hit with a runner on at first here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Schaefer will come set from the stretch. Here's the first pitch over for strike 1. Hunsley did get a base hit. He was 1 for 3. in game number 1. 1 for 4 overall, but does have an RBI. And right now is the difference in this ball game with his RBI ground out in the first and a 1-0 lead. This will be bouncing off the glove to the right side on a wild pitch. That will bring Shufflebein to second. And if Hunsley can get a base hit, he can drive in both runs here to start this ball game. And this is a big game here for Post State. Obviously for Sioux Falls East, they definitely don't want to lose this game either. While Pierre's got had a 231 win percentage coming in, be 4-11. Still, that's going to drop them considerably in seed points. They need to find a way to pick up wins over this Post State squad. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This will miss low, and the count's now 3-1. It kind of said, too, the magic number was going into towards the month of July was around 5 to 6 wins. They picked up those 2 against Spearfish, and now looking for a third win. That would clinch a spot in the playoffs. As a 3-1 pitch is ripped into right center field, down for a base hit. Shufflebein will round third. He will try and score. The throw cut off. No throw to the plates. And it's sliding in safely as Shufflebein and a 2-0 lead for the Eights. Second RBI of the ball game for Grayson Hunsley. And the Eights take a 2-0 advantage.
Number 6, George Staley.
Big RBI for Hunsley. He is now 1 for 2 in the ball game. Second hit for the Eights. The first time they've driven in a run with a base hit. And it brings up George Staley here with a runner on and 1 out. The big second run. Obviously, there's still half a ball game left to go. Over half a ball game left to go, but a good start to this inning. And for Cooper Twilliger to go in that 4th inning, needing another big shutdown inning and start to create more doubt into Sioux Falls East on if they're going to be able to get a win over Pierre in the second game. Here's the 0-1. That'll bounce in, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. And the Eights will get Box Elder on Tuesday. They'll play Harrisburg Maroon, make that Box Elder on Sunday. They'll play Harrisburg Maroon the following Saturday. Also get Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls West, the Renner Sultans for a game, and Yankton for a game before they close out the season. 2-1 pitch will miss low and away, and the count's now 3-1. On deck is Charlie Simpson. Three-one pitch. That'll be at the knees for a strike. The count's now 3-2. Staley was expecting that to be ball 4. But he'll dig back in. He did draw a walk back in the first inning. The 3-2. That'll miss for ball 4. And the runners will be at first and seconds here with 1 out. And it brings up Charlie Simpson.
Right fielder, number 12, Charlie Simpson.
Simpson lined out to second. Ended up being a double play, doubling off Shufflebein, ending that first inning. But now a chance for Simpson to cash in and drive another run. First pitch to him. That one comes inside in tights, and it's missing for ball 1. And slowly trying to make their way out to the left field bullpen. It does look like Olson is heading out there. Ethan Olson will be the man that will warm up, as that one will be a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one's at the letters for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Runners at first and second here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. 2-0 lead for the Eights. They've already got 1 run this inning. 1-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. Good take there from Simpson. He wanted to go after it, but He's able to hold back, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. That'll be upstairs. Count is now full at 3-2. With only 1 out, so doesn't mean that the runners will get a head start. Doesn't mean that they can't. Wouldn't expect them to, but the 3-2 pitch. Simpson swings and misses and strikes out, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. And it brings up J.J. Buckles, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. See if Buckles can drive in his 6th run of the season. Grayson Hunsley is up to 11 RBIs now with his 2 in this ball game. He stands at second with Staley on at first. First pitch over for strike 1. And still just the 6th guy to come to the plate here in this 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball that's up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Will underhand flip to second. Tolk to Vasgard to retire the side. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, but another run does score on 1 hit in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. It is a 2-0 lead for Pierre over Sioux Falls East. Back in minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Top of the 4th, it is a 2-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Joe Winkler here alongside Blake Dean as we welcome into the broadcast. Sawyer Tolk, Dietrich Hahn, and Lincoln Vasgard, the first 3 hitters, 6, 7, and 8 for the 8s, or make that for East against the 8s in a 2-0 lead right now. As Blake Dean in the house. As the first pitch from Twilliger to Tolk will miss for ball 1.
Yeah, he only paid me for the last 4 innings of this doubleheader. So,
like the meme, you're getting paid. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Tolk is 0 for 1. He popped out on the right side of the infield. Cooper Twilliger came off the mound and made the catch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll be missing low and away, and the count's now 2-1. Blake Dean's college baseball coach would not have been happy with that play.
You're right.
but Twilliger did make the catch and to retire Tolk his first at-bat. That one is missing away, and the count's now 3-1.
Although not a bad spot to miss on a kid like Sawyer Tolk. A really good hitter in the box right now for East.
Here's the 3-1 to the leadoff man here in the top of the 4th. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 3-2. I mentioned during the first broadcast, and for Sawyer Tolk hitting .333, a .347 team batting average for Sioux Falls East, and the first couple guys in the batting order, especially in game number 1, as that one will miss outside for ball 4. It'll be a leadoff walk. Guys up and down the batting order for Sioux Falls East, they're another team that doesn't have a weak spot, and the reason why they're 11-3 in South Dakota games and sitting at number 4 behind 2 undefeated teams in post 22. That's the only reason why they're not higher than what they are. They just don't have a weak spot in their lineup. Dietrich Hahn will come to the plate. He grounded out to the shortstop Dawson Getz in his first trip to the plate. 4th walk issued by Cooper Twilliger. First pitch is over for strike one to Hahn.
Yeah, to your point, John, this is a deep post 15 East roster. A lot of bats up and down the lineup, and really good effort by the Eights, both in game one, narrow loss in that one, and with a 2-0 lead here in this one. Good fight being shown by this young post 8 squad against, like you said, a top 4 team in South Dakota standings right now.
Counts 1-1 here to Hahn. Looking maybe for a ground ball. Quickly get that first two guys to retire. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a line shot that's going to be up the middle for a base hit. Third hit of the ball game for Sioux Falls East, and it's first and second here with nobody out, and they are threatening here in the top of the fourth, down by 2, and it brings up Lincoln Vasgard, who walked in his first trip to the plate. And I want to try and remember correctly, and can't go back to look at the stats from last year, but Lincoln Vasgard's thrown an inning and a third so far with a 148 batting average, as this one will get away from Peterson. It would be a wild pitch. They'll move both runners up 90 feet, and it's now second and third here with nobody out. But if I remember correctly, for him to be hitting 148 and only throwing an inning and a third right now, that either he has been hurt for some of the year or has just really been slow out of the gates, because I feel like he was a very big contributor to Sioux Falls East the last couple of years, as it counts now 2-0.
Yeah, and like you said, we could go digging for his stats, but this is a kid, there's not a lot of kids named Lincoln Vasgard, and he was one of the kids that really stood out for post 15 East last year. So you're absolutely right in that regard, as the count's now 3-0 to him. If he takes one more ball, has a chance to load the bases here for East with nobody out here in the top of the fourth.
And this becomes a danger zone here for post 8 if it ends up being bases loaded. 3-0 pitch here from Terwilliger. And swinging was Vasgard, and he fouled that one back, and the count's now 3-1. Always different ways to look at a guy that maybe is slumping or trying to find things. You sometimes say, well, maybe a walk can get you going, just get you on base. And sometimes swinging 3-0 can get you out of a slump, because that pitch is going to be down the middle. 3-1 pitch is a line shot, and that's going to get over the head of Scheffelbein into right field for a base hit. One runner will come in to score. The throw will come up to the mound, and Twilliger, who had not gone behind home plate, is able to pick it up. And it's first and third now with nobody out, and an RBI single that makes it 2-1, as Vasgard will pick up just his 5th hit of the season and also his 5th RBI as well. And it brings up Kason Christensen with nobody out. He had an infield single on an odd play back in the top of the second. But this becomes now, for post 8, you're looking at, hoping that you can leave this a 2-2 ball game at least going into the bottom of the fourth inning. That first pitch over for strike one. And that odd play was a ground ball that hit the lip from the infield grass going over on the third base side, where Hunsley had just grabbed it right before it went foul, trying to make a play. And that'll be fouled back, and the count's 0-2 here to Kason Christensen, who is hitting .320 coming in. Runners at first and third with nobody out. 0-2 counts. You're in the top of the fourth. 0-2 pitch will miss a low away, and the count's 1-2.
Yeah, and to close the book on Vasgard too, John, he actually went to Southwest Minnesota State this past school year and was on the baseball team. So I think the biggest thing there is just probably a slow start for him, as the pitch was just a little bit high in the zone. Here to Christensen to make it a 2-2 count.
Runners at first and third with nobody out. 2-2 count. The pitch to Christensen, taken for strike 3, and there's one down. That's a big strikeout for Twilliger, and it brings up now Dylan Rippentrop. And surprisingly, I'm surprised that runner at first and Vasgard hasn't taken off for second. With the fact that if, trying to get out of that double play opportunity, because right now, unless he steals in this first pitch, a ground ball can get you out of this inning. First pitch, runner does not take off. That'll be a fly ball to right field. Simpson will make the catch. He had to backpedal a step. The throw will come in. It'll be up the line in a sacrifice fly to tie the ball game up at 2. On Dylan Rippentrop's RBI, that will be for Rippentrop, RBI number 12 of the season. And there's now 2 down and a runner on at first, and we are all squared back at 2-2 here in the top of the 4th, and it brings up Ryan Hirsch. And Simpson was making that right play until the very last little bit, and I don't want to say he didn't make a good play on it, but he was trying to come in on the ball to get that running start, to get him a better chance of throwing out the runner trying to score. But the ball carried a little bit farther on him, so he had to take one step back. It reached up and behind him to make the catch, which slowed down the momentum that he was trying to build, as the 1-0 pitch will be on the inside edge for a strike, and the count's now 1-1 here to Ryan Hirsch.
Yeah, just one of the last-second adjustments that you make as an outfielder, and, you did a good job on it, did Simpson out and right.
Runner takes off. This will be fouled off of the hitter and Hirsch. Runner will retreat back to first and Vascar, and the count's now 1-2. So a 2-2 tie here in the top of the 4th. 2 runs have scored on an RBI single from Vascar and a sac fly RBI from Rippentrop. As Terwilliger tries to get through this 4th inning, give the Eights a chance to retake the lead in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch will miss low and away, and the count is now at 2-2 strikes.
Yeah, big spot here for the young kid in Terwilliger with a tie ball game right now and the go-ahead run on base. He's got a 2-2 count. Let's see if he can make a big pitch to get out of the inning.
2-2, ground ball to Grayson Hunsley. Took a funny hop on him, but he stays with it. The throw to first will be in time, and it will retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. 2-run score on 2 hits in the inning. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is a 2-2 tie between Pierre and Sioux Falls East. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
It is the bottom of the 4th and a 2-2 tie. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby and scoreboard, as it will be 8-9-1 here for the Eights. Dawson Getz, Bridger Babcock, and Nolan Peterson trying to retake the lead, as we do have a new man. Well, no, still Tate Schaefer on the mound. Ethan Olson had been warming up, but Schaefer will try and get through 4 innings. And Blake, the big thing about how today looks for both these teams is that you can really extend everybody out that's available. Sioux Falls East didn't have Sawyer Mintz and Doyle available, but Post State had everybody available since since they didn't play since last Wednesday. But for Sioux Falls East right now, they don't play again until Monday when they host Renner. Pierre doesn't play again until Sunday. So really, you could have a lot of short leashes if you want, because it doesn't matter how many pitches you throw in this ball game, that you're going to be available on the next time either one of these teams plays again. And Schaefer has kind of really settled into the ball game after having a 3-walk first inning and what could have been a disastrous first inning for him, as Getz will pop up the first pitch, and it will be the shortstop in Tolk that will go out to make the catch in 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. But you have that freedom that you don't usually have of saying all hands on deck. We don't got to worry about anybody else, anything else. We're only worried about these 2 games. So the leashes can be short, but they're obviously feeling pretty good about what Tate Schaefer was able to kind of settle into here in this the middle part of these innings now.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different too. That's a unique situation in the middle of the week in early July that you can have that not just for one of the teams on the field, but for both of them. So really, it's kind of going to be an all hands on deck approach as Babcock watches to make it a 2-0 count here. But yeah, really unique that both teams are able to do that and try to pick up a win here in South Dakota standings, because these are big games coming down the stretch here, as it's now a 3-0 count to Babcock with Peterson on deck. And I believe that turns the lineup back over once he gets to the plate.
Here's the 3-0 from Schaefer to Babcock. That'll be over for strike one. The count's now 3-1. Babcock struck out looking in his first at bat back in the bottom of the second. Here's the 3-1. That is upstairs, and that will be a one-out walk issued. Fifth walk of the ball game issued by Tolk. Make that the sixth walk of the ball game issued by Tate Schaefer, and it brings up Nolan Peterson with 1 on and 1 out. Peterson had a base hit, came around to score the game's first run. Also ground out to the second baseman, as he is 1 for 2 so far in the ball game. First pitch will miss low and away for ball 1 to Nolan Peterson. A 2-2 tie here at the bottom of the fourth. Really turning into a beautiful night here at the ballpark here at Hyatt Stadium. Just a little bit of some sprinkles between games 1 and 2. And by a little, I mean didn't even really, there's a possibility that you didn't even feel some of the sprinkles fall, as it counts 2-0 here to Nolan Peterson. When the skies have really cleared out, as the 2-0 pitch will be at the knees, and the count's now 2-1.
It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the night shakes out, but Peterson's got a really, really good count here as Schaefer drops in a curveball to make it a 2-2 count here with 1 out and a runner on first base. So Peterson's really got to expand the strike zone here, look for something to hit, try to keep himself alive.
2-2 pitch, line shot, that is foul, out of play on the right side. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. Again, the Eights will be off until Sunday when they take on Box Elder. Post 22 Expos will be in town the following Wednesday. That'll be the next 2 games before traveling up to Bismarck for our final non-South Dakota game. This will be out towards center field, right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Bridger Babcock will stand at the bag at second. It's another hit for Nolan Peterson, landing right in front of the center fielder in Ryan Hirsch. And his first and seconds, 1 away. And it brings up Sunshine. Sunshine trying to get his first hits over the last couple of weeks. He did go 1 for 4 in the ball game against Spearfish, but has been hitless now in the last potential 3 games. This will be popped foul to play on the right side. And that would have gone right to St. Doyle over there at his window is closed, but it would have came right in where he's keeping the scoreboard right now. And just kind of irks me a little bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch that'll miss inside. Not that he has his window closed, and not that he had a chance to, well, I guess it more irks me
that he had a chance to catch the ball.
Yeah, because why can't that happen over here? As it counts 1-1. And there is a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2.
Yeah, it'll happen sometime, John. It'll happen when you least expect it. That's the saying goes.
I'll probably have to almost make the. Well, hopefully, I won't have to try and make the catch like the bat boy that saved Shohei Ohtani's life as Sunshine swings and misses and strikes out, and there's now 2 down. It was one of the ball boys that, I don't know if you saw that video. Shohei Ohtani was standing in I think it was the first base dugout. There was a line shot that was going right for him, and the bat boy or the ball boy came and grabbed it. Like, he was standing right there, was able to make the catch, and pretty much saved Shohei Ohtani from getting hit somewhere above the chest.
Yikes.
And, yeah, it was quite a remarkable catch, too, because it was not a line shot that was a soft line shot. It was a very hard hit ball came right at him. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Shufflebein. He'll ground that one foul after grounding the first pitch foul down the first base line. And the count's now 0-2.
That ball kid better have gotten a pretty nice little tip there.
Shohei Ohtani is pretty much making $1 billion. Even just $1 million would be $10 to us.
Well, he's making $2 million this year.
0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Shufflebein will strike out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hit, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We're tied at 2 after 4. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube. And on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Top of the 5th, it is a 2-2 tie for Pierre and Sioux Falls East on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. It will be 3, 4, and 5. Colin Lunders, Sawyer Mintz, and Bryson Mitchell, the first 3 hitters, as East will be trying to take their first lead of this ball game. Cooper Twilliger, after those 2 runs scored in the 4th, we'll see how he responds here in the 5th inning. As Colin Lunders, who is 0 for 2, will come to the plate, reach on a fielder's choice, and also flew out to center field in his first 2 at-bats. Have Bill Van Camp, he is watching tonight, listening. He says if it happens to me, I won't be ready, and that bat boy is a lot younger than I am, which is true. But dare I say that I'm a lot younger than Bill Van Camp?
Ooh.
First pitch will come inside for ball 1.
I'm not touching that one.
And say maybe we can see and compare driver's license to each other. See what each have to say. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Here's a line shot out towards left center field. That'll get down for extra bases as it 1 hops off the wall. Rounding first into second will be Lunders. He'll pull up there with a stand-up double. And a leadoff double for Kyle Lunders as Sioux Falls East in business to kick off the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Lunders, just ripping one hopped off the wall in left center field. Easily stand-up double. He rounded second pretty hard. I thought Getz might have a chance to back pick him at second base, but nevertheless, standing on second with a leadoff double to start the top of the 5th for East.
Here's Sawyer Mintz. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. The quote of the night will go to Bill Van Camp. Ouch.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0 pitch from Terwilliger to Sawyer Mintz. Will be over for a strike. The count's now 1-1. A lot of these former post-8 guys, talking Van Camp. Jack Van Camp playing for Four Corners. Coach Iverson also playing for Four Corners. Peyton Zabel getting up there and pitching for Four Corners as well. Garrett Stout, I think, another guy.
Yep. A lot of Four Corners kids. I think Andrew Coverdale's up there as well.
I mean, they might as well just name it 8 corners, and they would be the 8s. There's not a whole lot of there are some non-Pierre Post 8 guys that are playing for Four Corners, but right now it pretty much is 8 corners. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Sawyer Mintz. That'll be outside. The count's now 2-1. Minutes 0 for 2 with the ground out and a pop out.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the baseball field at Four Corners, anybody in our listening area, you really should go. It's a fantastic place to watch a baseball game.
This will be ripped into left field for a base hit. Surrounding third, going to try and score. The throw will be cut off by Hunsley at third, and it is an RBI single for Sawyer Mintz. And just like that, Sioux Falls East, who once trailed 2-0, has a 3-2 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will bring up now the designated hitter, Bryson Mitchell, who is 1 for 2. He doubled to lead off the second. He also flew out of the center fielder in George Stalley. So now a 3-2 lead. Ground ball here from Dawson to Dawson Getz. The throw to second for 1. To first is low, not dug out by Buckles. It will skip back over to Buckles and goes down as a fielder's choice. And there's one down here in the top of the 5th. But they do get the lead runner, 6-4 on the fielder's choice.
The shortstop, number 11.
Yeah, chance for possibly 2, but I think it was just hit a little bit too slowly and able to reach first base. There was Mitchell, but the Eights do get a 6-4 put out of Mint at second base for the first out of this top of the 5th.
So here's Sawyer Tolk. He'll foul that one off of the plate, and the count's 0-1.
Sawyer Tolk going to play college baseball this next year at Kansas City Community College. Kansas Community College, I guess KCK. So be interesting to see what he does down there after his final season with Post 15 East as he takes ball 1 in the dirt to make it a 1-1 count.
Like the KCK CC.
That's right.
It's a lot of
K's
letters.
and C's.
Yeah, a lot of K's and C's. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-2. You'd like to see a lot of K's be thrown up on the Sioux Falls East lineup card before the end of this ball game. And see if Terwilliger can get his second strikeout. Here with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 will miss blown away, and the count's now 2-2.
Sawyer Tolk, a really good athlete just in general for Sioux Falls Lincoln High School and Post 15, of course. One of the really good players on their football teams over the past few years.
Here's a slow roller. The shortstop gets will field. He's got to throw quick. The throw will just get Tolk at first. J.J. Buckles thought maybe that was the third down, but there's now 2 down. Runner does move up to second. The only play was to first, and they retired Tolk on a good play there from Getz. And there's now 2 away, and it brings up Dietrich Hahn, who is 1 for 2.
Yeah, nice play there by Getz, to your point. Really had to put a lot on the throw because Tolk can move down the line and was able to get him by about a half step. But Mitchell advances to second here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and East with now a 3-2 lead.
First pitch will miss low and inside for ball 1 to Hahn. He ground out to Getz in the second and also had a infield single, or did not have an infield single, but had a base hit in the 4th inning that ended up scoring on the sac fly from Rippentrop. 1-0 pitch, let me pop foul, then I'll get behind us here at the press box. We're on top of the press box, and the count's now 1-1.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1.
Mitchell is on at second.
Glass and the lawn chair game.
2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And a 3-2 lead here for Sioux Falls East. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll be not even a check swing, but a bat that was in the zone from Hahn that ends up fouling it away to the right side. And the count goes to now 1-2. Let's see if now Terwilliger can get that second strikeout and get out of this inning.
Yeah, this is going to be a big pitch here for Terwilliger. See if he can put one in the zone or maybe get Hahn to chase.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's got to be a swing and a miss. They're going to check him. Oh, he did not go. And the Eights fans not happy about that and would tend to agree that it looked like that Hahn had definitely crossed the plane. Now, where Matt Clark is standing out as the base umpire, again, it's got to be very obvious that he went to try and overturn that call. If he's at first base, I don't think there's any question that he's going to call it a strike and not overturn it, but with the appeal, if he's standing behind the first base bag, I think he's going to ring him up, and that would have been the end of the inning. 2-2 pitch now. Comes high and inside, and the count's now 3-2.
Yeah, let's just hope that doesn't come back to bite the Eights here with a 3-2 count now, and Mitchell still on second base. Hahn will be followed up by Vasgard, who is hitting eighth for post 15 in the batting order.
3-2 pitch will be outside, and it will end up being a 2-out walk. That it does extend the inning. And it's first and second now here for Lincoln Vasgard, who's been on base twice.
Lincoln Vasgard.
Walked in the second and also had an RBI single in the fourth. And Terwilliger's got to bear down and try and get out of this inning and not allow any more damage. Go-ahead run has already scored on the RBI from Sawyer Mint as the first pitch is over for strike one.
Vasgard, the Southwest Minnesota State Mustang, here in the batter's box with 1 strike and 2 outs with runners on first and second in post 15 with a 3-2 lead.
The 88th pitch is going to be outside for a ball, and the count's now 1-1. So you're looking at Terwilliger maybe getting a chance to go out in the 6th inning if he can get out of this inning now here quickly. Miles Doyle almost got through 6 innings in game 1. Fell just 1 pitch short of that. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-1. Again, he'll get up to 90 pitches before the end of this 5th inning now. No activity out in the bullpen in right field. Would suspect that somebody will start to get loose at least in the bottom half of this 5th inning. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 2-2. And Terwilliger's got to be careful, too, that he fully comes to a complete stop.
Yeah, I don't think Vasgard was necessarily in agreement with the call. You look back at the umpire after that one, too.
2-2. There's a hard ground ball. That is going to skip off the glove of Grayson Hunsley and into left field, and 1 run will come in to score. The throw will come to third. Taking second is going to be Vasgard. It's a 4-2 lead on the RBI double for Lincoln Vasgard. His second RBI of the ball game, and it ends up being now a 4-2 lead. And still runners in scoring position here for Sioux Falls East.
The right fielder, number 13.
Yeah, just a hard ground ball to the right or left, well, to the fair ball side of the third base bag and just off the glove of Grayson Hunsley. Ball skips away from him into foul territory and left, and that plates a run in Mitchell, and both runners move into scoring position for East here. Now with a 4-2 lead and 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
And still a chance to add on to it. A base hit doesn't necessarily put the nail in the coffin, but it is going to be much harder for Post State and really deflating for Post State as there is activity now out in the right field bullpen, looking like Trevor Rounds warming up for the Eights.
Yeah, just an unfortunate break there as, they're really essentially a call away from getting out of this inning with a 3-2 deficit. Now a 4-2 deficit with potentially a chance for East to add on here.
So a 2-1 count now here to number 9 man in Kason Christensen. He is the 7th guy to come to the plate here in the 5th inning. Time will be called by Christensen. That was pitch number 94 from Terwilliger. So really now you're looking at, unless this next pitch is the final pitch of the inning, probably going to be on the line for Terwilliger here at the end of this inning. But also he's got to get through the inning first as it counts now 3-1. On deck, the top of the order, and Dylan Rippentrop, and you'd much rather see him start the 6th inning than come up with potentially the bases loaded here in this top of the 5th. 3-1 pitch. That'll miss low for ball 4, and it is a walk, and the bases are now loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning, and it will bring up Dylan Rippentrop. 8th man to come to the plate in this inning. You had the sac fly RBI that tied the game at 2. Back in the top of the 4th, and a 2-run inning is in danger of starting to maybe get away from the Eights here if they can't find a way to get Rippentrop out. First pitch swinging. They'll pop this one up, and just outside of the second base side into right center field, and the catch will be made by Shuffleby to retire the side, and the Eights do escape much potential harm, as 2 runs do score in the inning on 2 hits in the inning as well. There are no errors and 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It is a 4-2 lead for Sioux Falls East over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the fifth, and it is a 4-2 lead for Sioux Falls East over Pierre, as we do have a new man on the mound, as it will be Ethan Olson that will take over. Olson has thrown 20 2/3 innings. This will be his third relief appearance and sixth appearance overall. He does have a 3-0 record, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned in 20 2/3 innings. 3 walks, 23 strikeouts, so an ERA at 1.6, make that 1.7. And a whip at 0.58, batting average against at 123. So a lot of strikes and a lot of guys that don't get on base against Ethan Olson, who has got a batting average against at 123. He's allowing not even a half a base runner walks or hits per innings. So he's been very good for this post-15 team as Ethan Olson takes over, as Grayson Hunsley will hit first, and the first pitch will be upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, it's going to be a big inning here or big half inning in this ball game, because it'll really determine kind of how the rest of this ball game goes, as Hunsley does get drilled in the left shoulder, the lead shoulder, and now he is the leadoff runner and is on base for the Eights, bringing the tying run to the plate in George Staley.
Well, that is the first man that he has hit this season. So maybe a sign of things that, we don't necessarily say we want guys to struggle even if they're from the other team. But if he is a little bit off, the Eights need to take advantage of it, because it's not going to be too many times this season that Ethan Olson would be off his game. But George Staley will come to the plate, and obviously that's just the first hitter. There's a long way to go in the outing for Ethan Olson. Here is the first pitch. Staley showing bunt. Will drop it down the first base line. It'll be picked up by Olson. He will underhand flip it to first. The job is done by Staley, and a sacrifice bunt to bring up Charlie Simpson and J.J. Buckles to try and drive in the run. Staley is still 0 for 0 in the ball game with 2 walks and now a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, sacrifice executed to perfection there by Staley, putting one up the first base line. Olson had to make the play himself and did flipped it to first to get Staley by just under a full step.
First pitch will be outside for ball 1. So Tate Schaefer went 4 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 7 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The Eights failed to cash in with a golden opportunity in that first inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's Simpson with the ground ball. That's through the hole on the left side. They will hold up Hunsley at third. The throw will come to the plate. Simpson thought about going to second. Now the throw will get into right field, and a run will come in to score. Simpson will have to stay at first, but the throw from the catcher Lunders was well away from the first baseman, Mintz, who didn't even really give an effort after it. And it ends up bringing in the run on the throwing error. And it's now a 4-3 ball game here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there by the East defense. Ball gets into the outfield off the bat of, I forgot who already hit that already, Simpson. Simpson singles, Buckles fouls this one away for strike 1. So Simpson singles, ball gets relayed into the catcher. Actually, it wasn't even a relay. It was a straight throw to the catcher, which was going to hold the runner at third for Pierre. And Simpson got a wide turn at first, and the catcher in Lunders, like you said, tried to make the throw to first to back pick Simpson, as now Buckles has an 0-2 count here, but just a miscommunication between Lunders and the first baseman. The ball sails into right field. Mint, like you said, really didn't give a whole lot of effort to it. Run scores, and it's now a 4-3 ball game here in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, so Simpson does get the base hit, but not the RBI. The run does score on the throwing error.
Right.
But that is the first error today by Sioux Falls East. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Buckles. That'll be outside, and the count's now 1-2. But the Eights do get that one run, and, as Coach Iverson was bunting with George Stalley, seemingly the idea in that in this inning was, let's just get one run. We don't got to get both to tie the ball game up. Let's just get one run. We've got 3 innings to go. If we can score a run in each of the 3 innings and get a couple zeros up there, we're going to win a ball game. And they do get that one run here in this inning, as Buckles will line this out towards center field. Diving for it and can't make the catch. It's a center fielder, and Hirsch, as it just bounced out of his glove. He nearly made an incredible diving grab out in center, and it's now first and second. And good on Charlie Simpson to hold as long as possible, continue to go out towards second base, and because that ball is dropped and how it seemingly dropped out of his glove, if Simpson doesn't see it right away, he's thrown out at second because he's going back to first, because it took a little bit for that ball to drop out of his glove, and it's now first and second with 1 out.
Well, and I think what happened was Hirsch tried to trap it in the outfield as Getz takes strike 1 here, but to me it looked like it hit the ground first before it hit his glove, but even regardless of what happened, it did get underneath of his glove. So Simpson being alert, like you said, and did take second base, as it's now a 1-1 count here to Getz. And now the Eights are threatening with runners at first and second, and 1 out with the tying run and the go-ahead run on base.
Here's the 1-1 pitch now to Getz. That'll be at the knees for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. And for Ethan Olson, an ERA at 1.69 and a whip at 0.58. 3 guys have reached base now on him with a hit by a pitch and 2 singles. Not a whole lot of times that going to happen in an inning. That's outside. The count's now 2-2. I mean, just on the average of it, your 2 hits are what you probably would get, or the 3 base runners what you get in 6 innings against Ethan Olson. And it all came in the first 4 guys to come to the plate. 2-2 pitch to Getz. He'll climb the ladder and swing and miss for strike 3. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Bridger Babcock, as it will be runners at first and second here with 2 outs. And Babcock with a base hit could give the Eights the tie here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Somewhere in the gap, Buckles can get on his horse, could give the Eights even the lead. Babcock digs in, as the first pitch will be flown out towards left field. That will drop in for a base hit. They're going to wave Simpson. The throw will come to the plate. It's going to be wide of the plate. Runner will go to third with nobody covering third. And it's a 4-4 tie on the RBI single for Bridger Babcock. And the Eights also have the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Yeah, just good base running all the way around by the Eights, as the throw, like you said, Babcock singles to left on a short fly ball that landed in front of the left fielder, and Coach Iverson made the decision to send the runner in Simpson home, and the throw from the left fielder was not on target, was up the first base line a little bit. So the run does score to tie the game, and J.J. Buckles alertly goes from first to third on the play because there was nobody covering third base, to your point. So now the Eights have runners on the corners here with 2 outs, and the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
So Peterson can now give the Eights the lead with a base hit, but it will hit him, and the bases are now going to be loaded. And so the second guy that's in the inning, 8th man that will come to the plate, will be Sutton Sunshine, and a chance for the Eights to try and take the lead, as we'll have a mound visit here. And Olson, who has been excellent. I mean, he has been as good as anybody has been on this team. His whip is better than anybody else's. His ERA is just about as lower than anybody else. And in 21 innings, with there's 2 outs, 21 and third inning, he has been as good as anybody on this team. However, it's not going so well for him, and a chance to kind of maybe settle everybody down right now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, just a good mound visit here by the East coaching staff. To your point, this has not been the outing that Olson has wanted. One of the better pitchers for post 15 East, if not the best pitcher. And he has come out here in this bottom of the 5th and given up 2 runs, and now is in danger of, potentially giving up the lead here as Sunshine digs in. Ball 1 just misses off of the outside edge of the plate and low to make it a 1-0 count here to Sunshine.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. He'll fly that one down the right field line. It is in foul territory, and it will land out of play. It falls back in play, but the count's now 1-1. Here with 2 outs, bases are loaded. Sunshine, he is 0 for 2 so far. He walked in the first. Then he lined back to the pitcher in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth. 8th man to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Aces are trying to retake the lead. They went down 4-2 in the top of the 5th, now 4-4 tie. That is outside, and the count's now 2-1.
Olson trying to paint the outside corner, just missed there. 2-1 count here. And, it seems like that's where he likes to live, is that outer half, but just is not picking up that call there.
That one will catch the top of the zone for a strike. And the count's now 2-2. Much to the chagrin of the Eights fans here at Hyatt Stadium. 2-2 pitch to Sunshine. So ground ball, and it is off the glove of Olson. He'll pick it up. His throw to first will be just in time to retire the side. And the Eights just quite can't get the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. But they do tie the ball game up with 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There are 1 error and 3 men left on base. We head to the 6th. We are tied 4-4 between Pierre and Sioux Falls East. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
It is going to be Trevor Rounds down the mound here for Post 8 in the top of the 6th. And it will be Rounds that will face 2, 3, and 4. Ryan Hirsch, Colin Lunders, and Sawyer Mintz. Anybody reaches base, Brayson Mitchell will come to the plate. And for Trevor Rounds so far in the season, he has thrown 13 2/3 innings. This will be his 4th relief appearance and 6th appearance overall. 15 hits, 20 runs, 19 earned. 11 walks, 6 strikeouts, a 9.73 ERA, and a whip at 1.90, and a batting average against at 278. As Rounds will be looking to try and keep this a 4-4 tie. And so Cooper Twilliger, who goes 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 6 walks, and a strikeout, will have an opportunity. There will be a no decision for both of these starters, as the first pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Here to Ryan Hirsch, who is 0 for 2 with a walk.
And it looks like there's some activity in the Sioux Falls East bullpen. Looks like it's Sawyer Tolk out there, the starting shortstop, getting loose if Olson continues to struggle.
Good thing I can see the 11 now. My eyes could not see the 11 until somebody had to say that that's who it was. So I'm glad that you're here, Blake. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-1 here to Ryan Hirsch, the leadoff man here at the top of the 6th.
I'll give away my secret. He had his back turned to me when you were reading off stats.
Well, I still couldn't see the 11 until
okay.
with the back turned. The 2-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. So just take the credit for not having horrible eyes.
The bar's pretty low, but
the bar is very low. The fact that the bar might be underground. There's a 3-1 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the counts will make that a leadoff walk issued to Ryan Hirsch, a second walk issued to him, and it'll bring up Colin Lunders, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI double, make that just a double. He led off the 5th inning with a double and came in to score on the RBI single from Sawyer Mint. Tolk is going to have to quickly get loose out there because he'll be on deck after this at-bat. Or actually, he'll be getting close to being on deck. Here's a chopper, fielded by Getz. Nobody covering third. The throw back to third will be wide, and the run's going to come in to score. So the throw from Buckles came back over to third, went wide of Dawson Getz. Hunsley came in to try and make the play. Getz was the one that did field it, threw the runner out at first, but then the throw back to third, trying to get Getz and Hunsley back over there, end up going wide. And as Hirsch forced the issue, he comes in on the throwing error. No RBI for Colin Lunders, but an error charge to Buckles, and it's now a 5-4 lead with 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Sawyer, Sawyer Mint now to the plate. First pitch over for strike 1.
And I think you've seen that in this inning here, both, or well, I guess within the past, collective inning, bottom of the 5th and top of the 6th, as Lunders fouls that one off Mint fouls that one off to make it a 0-2 count here. But both of the last half innings have featured very aggressive base running, and that might be what ends up winning a team this ball game, is being aggressive on the base paths, as Mint fouls this one back as the count remains 0-2. But you saw it last inning, couple of runs scored by the 8s, and you just saw it there as Hirsch forced an error off of Buckles, and now East has the lead.
This will be flown out to left field. Sunshine will back up, and it took him a while to put the glove up, but he put it up at the last second and makes the catch out in left field, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 6th, and it will bring up now the number 5 hitter, Bryson Mitchell, the DH. And 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. So the 8s, unfortunately, put themselves in a spot to be back down by 1, as the first pitch will be high 4-1 to Bryson Mitchell. Now that runner probably goes to third, and even, unless Hunsley's at third base or doesn't go for that ball, that's the only way that the runner probably doesn't go for third, which, of course, Hunsley's going to go for a ball. There's a ground ball through the hole for a base hit, and there's a runner on at first with 2 away. But the point I was going to make was that fly ball by Sunshine is caught. The runner still tags and comes home. Even if he makes the catch out there, Mitchell gets a base hit right there. The run still comes in to score overall. But it's just the overall aspect of a different inning if that play doesn't happen the way that it does. As Sawyer Tolk now will come to the plate. He was warming up on that left field bullpen, as he'll wait on the first pitch and swing and foul that one back for strike 1.
Yeah, that's just a play where, a couple of guys are going for a baseball, and just an aggressive base running decision there by the base runner. And, hard to say if in an ideal world the pitcher's backing up third base, but, that's neither here nor there, as this ball is going to be coming towards us but land right in front of me. Didn't get all the way up to us, but came close enough to the point where your play-by-play man next to me was standing up and ready for the ball to come back here if we needed it to, or if it was going to.
He counts with 2 strikes here to Sawyer Tolk. Here's the 2-strike pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. Coming in is Simpson. Going out is everybody else, and Buckles just can't make the over-the-shoulder catch. That's a hard play to make for any first baseman, and it just bounced off of his glove. And the count remains at 0-2.
You sounded so disappointed that you weren't able to make that play there.
It's always a little disappointing when a ball kind of gets close to you, and you just can't do anything about it. Count remains at 0-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we're past 7 o'clock here on this Tuesday night. The 0-2 pitch taken for strike 3, and that retires the side here in the top of the 6th inning. Run does score on 1 hit in the inning, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, a 5-4 lead for Sioux Falls East over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking for a change, a career, not just a job? Beck Motor Company of Pierre is looking for a team-oriented individual to join their parts department. We offer 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right individual. If you have the ability to use a computer, provide great customer service, and willing to learn and adapt in a very busy environment, we want to visit with you. Call Steve Meyer at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Bottom of the 6th, it is 5-4. Sioux Falls East leading Pierre. And for the 8s, it will be 3, 4, and 5. Carter Scheffelbein, Grayson Hunsley, and George Stalley be the first 3 hitters as they will, again, try and tie this ball game up. It was a run in the first and third for the 8s to lead 2-0, but 2 runs in the 4th and 2 runs in the 5th made it a 4-2 lead for East. The 8s tie the game back up at 4-4 before East retakes the lead here in the top of the 6th with a 5-4 advantage. As we play here as the 8s technically down their last 6 outs, but just 2 runs away from potentially trying to go win this thing in the 7th inning. As Carter Scheffelbein will lead things off, he is 0 for 1, 2 walks so far. He struck out swinging in the 4th. As he will deal with Ethan Olson, who is looking to maybe settle into the relieving role in this ball game after 8 guys came to the plates in that first inning of relief. That first pitch is flown out into center field, and it'll be caught by Ryan Hirsch in 1 pitch and 1 out to kick off the bottom of the 6th, and it will bring up number 4 man in Grayson Hunsley. He's got 2 RBIs and 2 of the 3 RBIs in total for opposed states, as he had an RBI ground out and an RBI single in the 1st and 3rd inning. Bridger Babcock has got the only other RBI for Post State. The first pitch will be upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, big spot here is Hunsley was the guy that led off the previous inning and got 2 runs across for the 8s in that one, as Olson's pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. We'll see if he can start it with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
So 2-0 count here to Grayson Hunsley, looking to be on base for the 2nd time. He is 1 for 2, and now the count is 3-0.
Olson just really doesn't look overly comfortable on the mound right now. 3 straight misses here to Hunsley. And like we talked about, just a tough inning, last inning. We'll see if he can bounce back here with some consecutive strikes.
3-0 pitch will be upstairs, missing for ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to Hunsley. So the tying run is on base here with 1 away. I don't believe that we will see George Stalley trying to bunt with the fact that there's 1 out already here in the 6th inning. Well, we'll see what Stalley has in mind and what Coach Iverson has in mind for George Stalley. Calling out the numbers right now. Runner on at first with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Both these teams looking for wins to head into the 4th of July break. For the 8s play on Sunday, East will play again on Monday. That one's over for a strike to Stalley. They get to play Renner on Monday. That's a game to keep an eye on in the state. Regardless of what happens in this game, whether Sioux Falls East is 12-4 or 13-3 in South Dakota games, Renner sitting at 11-0 right now. As the ground ball will be fielded by Olson. The throw to second almost pulled the Shortstop off the bag. Stalley is safe at first without a throw. And there's now 2 down on the fielder's choice to George Stalley, and brings up Charlie Simpson.
The right fielder, number 12, Charlie.
Yeah, just a little bit of a fumble on the transfer there by Olson. And you're right to that point. It took Tolk off the bag. He was able to keep his foot on second to force out the runner to give East 2 outs here in this bottom of the 6th. But just not an on-target throw there by Olson, and that extends the inning to Charlie Simpson here as that pickoff attempt of Stalley is a little bit late, and Stalley's able to dive back in safely.
As Simpson is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He did tie the ball game up. Another pickoff attempt, and diving back in safely again is Stalley. 5 runs, 8 hits, and an error for Sioux Falls East. 4 runs with 6 hits and an error for Post 8. Stalley takes off, pitch was in the dirt. The throw to second, the tag. They got him out at second. They throw him out to end the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. So Simpson will be left standing on at the plates. There's a strong throw from Lunders and the tag applied. They retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the 7th. Post 8 down by 1, 5-4 to Sioux Falls East. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
As we welcome you back, it is 7-8-9 here for Sioux Falls East in the top of the 7th. Dietrich Hahn, Lincoln Vasgard, and Kason Christensen will be the first 3 hitters here in the top of the 7th inning. First pitch, and Dietrich Hahn was well out in front and away from that first pitch swinging strike, and the count's 0-1. He is 1 for 2, singled in the 4th, and drew a walk in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That was a curveball that froze Hahn, and the Eights fans here at Hyde Stadium were hoping for a strike call to make it 0-2. Here's the 1-1. There's a fastball that's flown out towards right field, right to Charlie Simpson, though. He'll make the catch, and the leadoff man retired here in the top of the 7th. They do have some activity out in the left field bullpen, does Sioux Falls East, as Lincoln Vasgard will come to the plate. And they're going to be looking for the final 3 outs. It is Tolk again that is warming up out in the left field bullpen.
I think they'll go to Olson, though, if would be my guess, as that pitch misses upstairs for ball number 1. You'd think they would start with Olson in this bottom of the 7th after he settled in there, but probably going to be a pretty quick hook if he runs into any trouble, as that one is bounced in the dirt by Rounds to make it a 2-0 count to Vasgard.
And then the thing, too, for Sawyer Tolk, he has thrown just 1 inning so far. He does have a save in that 1 inning, but it's a big spot to come in for only having thrown just 1 so far this summer without, like I said, I would think that they would probably go with Olson. This will be flown out towards right field. Simpson will get underneath it. He'll make the catch. Back-to-back flyouts to the right fielder, Simpson. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And we'll bring up now Kason Christensen, who is 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, and walked in the 5th. Post 8 will have 6, 7, and 8. Charlie Simpson will lead things off again in the bottom of the 7th, followed by J.J. Buckholz and Dawson Getz. anybody reaches base, which they do have to have at least one person reach base, Bridger Babcock will come to the plate on the number 9 spot.
So the fact that Tolk has thrown 1 inning, has gotten 1 save, and is probably your best athlete on the team tells me one thing, that his primary pitch is a fastball. I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty hot fastball, and we'll see if he has much in the way of secondary pitches, because it's probably going to be one of those instances of, here it is, let's see if you can hit it type of thing.
3-0 pitch is over for a strike to Christensen. The count's now 3-1. So Tolk is loose out in left field. 3-1 pitch. So it'll be popped up. Can Buckles get over to it in foul territory, diving for it, but he ran out of time to get over to it, and the count is now full at 3-2. Good effort there from J.J. Buckles to go after that foul ball. And the count is now full at 3-2, and a chance to get a 1-2-3 inning here for Trevor Rounds.
Big pitch here for Rounds.
The 3-2 from the windup. Ground ball, Dawson gets, backhands it short. His throw to first. It will be in time in a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Rounds to get through the 7th. The Eights need a run in the 7th. It's 5-4. Sioux Falls East over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. It is the bottom of the 7th, and it is a 5-4 lead for Sioux Falls East over Pierce, 6, 7, and 8. Charlie Simpson, J.J. Buckles, and Dawson Getz needing at least a run. 1 run to tie, 2 to win it for Post 8. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean, and Blake is 1 for 1 to start this this bottom of the 7th inning out, saying that they're going to start with Ethan Olson. He is correct. They're going to start with Ethan Olson. And if they do have to go to Sawyer Tolk to see how fast and how hard he can throw, we'll see how Blake Dean's the color commentator for a reason. We're not just letting anybody come on the air. We're letting the best, only the best, come on the air. And Blake Dean's proving why he's one of the best to be on the air. But then you also on the other side, well, why? Then people are going, so why is John on the air right now? First pitch will miss low for ball 1. And that's a good point. Charlie Simpson is 1 for 3.
So you're calling yourself great, is what you're saying.
I'm saying I'm bad because we only let the best, but that shouldn't. If that would be the case,
you're the best.
Then I shouldn't be on the air. Count is 2-0 here.
I was going to say, you just keep digging that hole over there.
Charlie Simpson is 1 for 3, 2-0 count. Need a leadoff man on base for the Eights to try and tie this ball game up. 2-0 pitch is at the letters for a strike. The count's now 2-1. Simpson, Buckles, and Getz. We need to see Bridger Babcock come to the plate as well, the number 9 man in the batting order. 2-1 pitch, line shot, back in it by Tolk from the outfield grass. A throw dug out at first, and the first man retired, and that is a deflating first out. And what a play from Sawyer Tolk.
That's why he's the best athlete on the team, and that's why you stick him at shortstop, because rocket right at him, backhands it, and from the outfield grass makes a throw on a line. Mint does have to make a nice scoop there at first to secure the out, but he's able to do so. And that is a big first out for East here in the bottom of the 7th.
So a 0-1 count here to now J.J. Buckles, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. That's taken high, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Buckles and Getz. One of these two guys has to reach base. Bridger Babcock would follow after that. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Ethan Olson, who struggled in that first inning of relief with a couple of runs scoring, giving up 3 hits in the inning. Also an error with 2 runs plating in that inning as that one's fouled away. Settled into having a little uncharacteristic 1-2-3 inning because it was a fly out, a walk, a fielder's choice, and a caught stealing that got him through 3 batters and outs. As the 1-2 pitch now to Buckles. Swing and a miss, a strikeout, and there's 2 down. And the Eights are down to their final outs, and it's up to Dawson Getz to try and at least keep this game moving for Bridger Babcock.
Yeah, this is now looking like Ethan Olson is settling into form here. Big strikeout there, Buckles, for out number 2. Eights' hopes lie on the shoulders of their shortstop in Dawson Getz here.
First pitch to Getz, over for strike 1. That run in the top of the 6th inning probably would have scored anyway, but the throwing error helped the run score in that same at-bat as the ground out, as the count's now 1-1. But that's the difference in the ball game. A leadoff walk to Hirsch, a ground out from Lunders that helped get the runner from first to third as the pitch comes on the inside edge for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. And the Eights are now down to their final strike, trying to avoid being swept by Sioux Falls East. The 1-2 pitch upcoming here from Ethan Olson. He is shaking off 3 pitches. He'll deliver. Line shot, that'll keep the ball game alive. Dawson Getz with a base hit into right field. So the inning and game continues now to Bridger Babcock, who will try and pass the torch along to Nolan Peterson. And there's a runner on at first with 2 outs. So the Eights aren't going down quietly here in this 7th inning.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Getz. 1-2 pitch that was middle away, and he's able to take it to right field, stayed with it, put a nice line drive swing on the baseball, and extends the ball game as he's now on first base representing the tying run. And this is a big at-bat in the ball game here, John, because as Babcock takes strike 1 at the knees, this would, if Babcock's able to get on, that turns the lineup over to Peterson, and that maybe means a pitching change to Sawyer Tolk if Babcock's able to get on here.
A 1 pitch on the outside corner, and the count's now 0-2. Babcock is 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and then the RBI hit in the 5th. That tied the game up at 4-4. But now down to their final strike. 0-2 pitch from Olson. Swing and a miss. A strikeout of Babcock, and that retires the side and ends the ball game. And Sioux Falls East will pick up a doubleheader sweep of Post 8. No runs, a hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It is a 5-4 win for Sioux Falls East in game number 2. They take a doubleheader sweep. We'll come back in 2 minutes to wrap it up from Hyatt Stadium. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the Truck Bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the Truck Bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest, convenient Connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com. As we welcome you back here, it is a final. Post 8 falls 5-4 in a doubleheader sweep, as it is going to be the 8s that will fall to 4-20 on the season, as it will be Pierre that will take on Box Elder now coming up on Sunday. We'll have coverage of that. 2 o'clock we'll start coverage, or 1:45 we start coverage with a 2 o'clock first pitch between Pierre and Box Elder. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean. And Blake, just a couple of games where the 8s were in it, and moral victories, no moral victories, whatever, if you are a fan of moral victories, or you'd rather just win instead of having moral victories, or whatever it might be. 5-1 loss and a 5-4 loss, and a team that's going to be in the top 4 of the state probably at the end of the season in terms of standings. It might be there championship-wise at the end of the state tournament. The 8s hung with them again, and just a couple of pitches, couple of hits away from being able to at least split or take a sweep of Sioux Falls East.
Yeah, and I think that just goes to show how good the top level of baseball is, the Legion level in South Dakota, because, you look at both of these teams' records and you think, okay, well, East should come in here and really have no problem taking a doubleheader sweep from Post 8, but they came in here and were met with a feisty group of 8s that really took them to the limit in both games. And you look at the first game in particular, only one run in that effort from Post 8, as Post 15 scored 5, make it a 5-1 final there. But then you look on the other side in this game, and Post 8 puts the tying run on base with the go-ahead run at the plate at that last at bat. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the job done as Olsen picked up the strikeout to win the ball game for him. But yeah, just looking at this doubleheader, if East doesn't get a complete Game 3 hitter from Watson in Game 1, you're looking at a game where Post 8's probably in that one too, and they're battling with a team that, like you said, if the standings were any indication, would be a semifinalist at the state tournament this year. So I think end all be all, it just goes to show you that this is a deep field in Legion baseball this year. Anybody can win any baseball game, and at the end of the day, this is going to be a huge, to me, this has got to be a huge confidence boost for Post 8, because Coach Iverson can tell them, hey, if you guys can hang with Sioux Falls East, you can hang with anybody in the state.
Go through the totals here. 5 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 10 men left on base for Sioux Falls East. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 11 men left on base. Ethan Olson will get the win in the final 3 innings. He'll give up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Tate Schaefer with the first 4 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 7 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Trevor Rounds will get the loss, 2 innings in relief, a hit, a run, which was unearned, a walk, and a strikeout. Cooper Twilliger went 5 innings in that ball game, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 6 walks, and a strikeout. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 2 minutes, as the 8s got RBIs from Grayson Hunsley, who had the first 2 RBIs to give the 8s a 2-0 lead for East, tying the game up at 2-2. Took a 4-2 lead in the top of the 5th. A throwing error that scored Charlie Simpson, and a single for Bridger Babcock that tied the game up at, a throwing error that scored Grayson Hunsley, and then Charlie Simpson scored the base hit from Bridger Babcock, tied the game up at 4-4. But a ground out from Colin Lunders with the runner going from first to third, the throw back to third with nobody covering, trying to get to that third base back, end up being wide and getting away from Post 8, and that run coming in to score the difference in the ball game as they win it 5-4 to Sioux Falls East. So we will see you after the 4th of July. It will be on that Sunday. Post State will host Box Elder, who split with Brandon Valley earlier today, as Pierre will face Box Elder on Sunday. Coverage at 1:45 with first pitch at 2 o'clock coming up here this Sunday. I want to say thanks to Drew McIntyre back at the station, John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, saying good night from Heights Stadium. We'll see you Sunday. Have a good 4th of July as Sioux Falls East sweeps Post State. It is a 5-1 win in Game 1 and a 5-4 win in Game 2 as we say so long from Heights Stadium.